Welcome to Trading Lounge and the European indices, and this is pretty much what's sort of happening for markets in Europe and the US as well here. So I just want to clean this up a little bit here. So if this is correct and this wave count is from primary wave 4 here to intermediate 1, intermediate 2, and then 5 waves up here for intermediate 3, well then we'll pull back to the 38.2% mark at 11,500. The wave 4 of 1 lesser degree is also a target area in here, so which is at the 12,000. But what I think we might end up seeing is we might end up seeing a move to the 12,000, some type of corrective rally back 50 or 60%, and then a move a bit deeper into here. I think that's what we're sort of looking at. But if we stay with what we know at this stage, but just bearing in mind the 11,500, which is a medium level, and the 12,000 here, then we need to be working this particular structure moving down here. So if I just cut through to the hourly chart, I think, or 15-minute, whichever one I've been working on is fine. Okay, so there's a few different ways that we could, because it's a wave 4 moving down, it opens up a bag full of corrective patterns that are possible. So we can look at this as wave A here, or we can look at it as wave 1. And the same here, wave B or wave 2. But we're pretty safe at this stage here for going further down in terms of having, even from wave B coming down to wave C here, we'd be looking at 5 waves, and we'll look at that in a moment. But we could also have this down here too as wave 3 here. And as wave 3 here, then you know that we would get a wave 4 here, and then a wave 5 down further. But at the same time too, this leg that's coming down here could also be an A wave here as well, in terms of 3 waves down. Then we'll have a flat correction, but we don't need to go there just yet. Our main point really is to trade short down to this 5th wave here. Now, with that in mind, what we could normally look at, the distance of wave 5 here, is that when we're looking at wave 1 here, and wave 2, and then wave 3 here, the wave 3 moved quite quickly, but it's not a really, a lot bigger than wave 1 here. But we could expect wave 1 and wave 5 to be roughly the same length here. So it really brings us into this wave 4 here, that, as you know, it can pull back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, or 38.2%. So 12,471.72 here would be the technical target for that. Yeah, so maybe I've done some work on the 15-minute chart before we go to the tick chart here. A little bit. So, yeah, from this top here, wave 1, wave 2, and down for wave 3 here. And now we're looking for wave 4. So wave 4 here, let's just open this up a little bit here. So really we're looking for this would be the A wave here. The B wave can move back 50 or 60%. And then wave C up here, which is going to sort of struggle at this old high here. But if the market's really strong or news driven or something of that nature, then it may even retest the 12.5 there. So that's something that we need to be a little bit mindful of. We can also kind of get an idea that this is the previous wave 4. So this is something that we could be looking at here. And also too, because this one is a bigger degree, we can expect this one to be 60%, or this pattern here to be 60% bigger than this wave 4 here. Okay, so this little move up here really is just this little move up here. So we've still got a way to get through this here. Now, if we're wrong with this, then taking this low out here would be the move to the downside here, because if I've made a mistake and this is wave 1 and wave 2 pulling back 50 or 60%, then we're just going to react from there anyway, so you need to understand that much. So that's the likely turn. Is two likely turning places. One is here, one is here, and then we can also look at the 61.8% mark from this high here, and you might need to adjust that high depending on where the market opens. And also too, we've got US holidays, 4th of July and so on here, so I think that's in there somewhere. So realistically, below that 61.8% mark here, if that becomes the retested resistance, drifting over to the closest largest number, if that becomes the retested resistance, well then you could look to get a small position short from that point. But don't forget, the market's going to bounce off the top of group 1 here. So that's the thing there. So I can just move that up to there. It could get you one short position in there, but you would kind of want to stay in the market at that point, because the market would, if it came down past that, it would bounce back up here before moving down again. So you need to accommodate that scenario there in the short term. And that sort of sums it up a little bit. I'm just going to save that and then just move into the tick chart here. So yeah, same thing again here. I'll just change this to 1,000 ticks up here. I mean 10,000. So we get the whole picture in through here. So yeah, wave 3, all the way down to from wave 2 down to wave 3 here, and just simply looking for that corrective move back here. You know that this area here is the 61.8% mark of the length of this here, so you know that that's going to and it just happens to be at the 2400 here in this case, so you know that's it. So, and here we can look at this as wave 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the third wave. So the third wave goes into this space here, and then we've got the fourth wave here, and all of this would be the fifth wave here. So it may be the A, the B and the C here, or it may already be wrapped up in here, and it may just come back to this point and then move up. I'm not quite sure, but what we can say is because we've got 5 waves here, then we're going to, after a correction, we're going to get another 5. That's the important bit, you know. So even though you think that we should be short, you know, make sure that you're sort of, you know, right up the top up here somewhere for that. And the other markets around the world are the same as well. We can look at the AEX, for example. So same pattern to the downside here as well. Just sometimes the smaller markets don't sometimes they give a better count, sometimes they don't, you know. But that was our target that we were looking back for here. The question is that do we put this fifth wave in here on this one here? That's or are we lagging and we still need to come down to this point here? I don't know. If I had to take a guess here, then this would probably be wave 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 and 5 here, ending in here for this. But wave 4s can get quite complicated. But the thing here, it has done its A wave, its B wave, and its C wave up here. So we could look at this as the first move down through here. But still, it's the structure that's moved down through here is certainly not finished at this stage. So this would be the target area for that. And also to the FTSE would be the same as well, in its wave B up here as well. But in this case here, you can see that this what sort of makes it interesting really, because we'd have to put that in here now. Because 7.3, the top of group 1, is quite strong here, I'm just going to move this out of the way a little bit here. So this would give us some sort of ABC correction here, and then down here for wave 5. Let me just double check on that. It's really squashed up. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it has to go in there. That's where it has to go. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking at this market, then shorting it from, in this space here, well, at least allowing it to come up here and have a go at those old highs here, and then drifting off to the closest largest number here, so the 7350. If that becomes the retested resistance after it's traded above it, then you can move down from that point there as well. I'll just have a look just to double check here. Yeah, 38.2% is at this number here. I mean, you can sell at this spot here. It's quite a confident sort of short at this stage here, but it's always nice to look, even if you've got one small position that you can handle, without sweating it out, and then build the position under the 7.3 here. So I think I'll just leave it at that, and yeah, see how we go. So, alrighty, cheers.